Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to fix when you're unable to launch Payday 3 game on your Windows computer, or if you're facing crashing and freezing issue, or if you're receiving fatal or Unreal Engine crash, access violation error. So if you're receiving these errors, then please follow the steps shown in this video. Now I have provided steps for Steam, Epic Games Launcher, Game Pass user. So few of the steps are not applicable for each platform, so I will let you know. Now the first step is to restart Steam. If you bought the game on Steam, you can exit Steam and then restart Steam, and if there is any kind of update, let the update complete and then launch the game. The next step is to restart your computer. Do not ignore this step. Restart your computer once, and after the system restart, launch the game. Next step is to try DX12 in launch option. Now this is for Steam users. Make a right click on the game, select properties. In launch option, type in -DX12. Now this has worked for many players, so it might work for you. So type in -DX12 and then launch the game and then check. Still you're facing the problem, then type in -DX11 and then check. If nothing works, you can remove this and then follow the next step. Now the next step is to uninstall VR software. So if you have any kind of VR software like Vive VR console or SteamVR, so uninstall those VR applications. So if you have SteamVR installed, you can uninstall SteamVR. So in my case, this is not installed. So if you have any kind of VR software or Vive VR console, if that is installed, you can uninstall this. In my case, it's not there, not installed. So uninstall. Also unplug all the VR devices if it is connected to the computer. Also, if you have installed Oculus, you can uninstall it, and make sure that whenever you uninstall any VR application, make sure that you remove the VR folder. So you can check, you can go to File Explorer, you can go to this PC, C drive, you can go through all these program files, and if you find any kind of VR application over here, you can delete those folder. So in my case, I don't see it. So if you find any kind of VR application, just make a right click and delete that folder. No. So you can check your computer. If you find any kind of VR folder, just delete that folder, and you have to delete it, shift delete, do a shift delete. And if you want to, whenever you want to use VR software, you can reinstall the VR software. Also rename OpenXR folder. Now for this, again this is for Steam users. Make a right click on the game, select manage, and then click on browse local files. Now the VR things, for all the platform it's applicable. Now for this, the next step, that close, rename OpenXR folder. So once you're in the game installation folder, open engine folder, binaries, third party, and then over here you can see OpenXR. Make a right click and then click on rename, and then you can rename it as OpenXR.old, and then now try to launch the game. Now similarly, if you have the game on Epic Games Launcher, you can go to the game installation folder. If you find this folder OpenXR, you can rename it. If you don't find it, you can skip the step. Now also close all the overclocking applications. So if you have overclocking applications such as MSI Afterburner or rivatuner, you can close these applications. So close all the overclocking application. So do not overclock. Also close all the overclocking application and then launch the game. Next step is to remove read-only from your Steam folder and game folder. Now in the search box, type in Steam in Windows search box, and then make a right click on Steam, and then click on open file location, and then make a right click on the Steam exe file, and then select properties and go to general tab, and if read only is checked over here, uncheck this box and then click on apply, click on OK, and then now go to the game installation folder. So wherever the game is installed, go to the game installation folder, and you have to do the same thing with the game folder. So once you see Payday 3 folder, make a right click and then select properties. Under the general tab here you can see read only, so uncheck this box and then click on apply. Apply to changes to this folder, subfolders and file, click on OK and then click on OK. Now try to launch the game. This has worked for few players, so it might work for you. Now do the same thing. Now the next step is to run the game as an administrator from the game installation. Now this step is applicable for both Epic Games Launcher user and the Steam users. Go to the game installation folder and then here you can see the game exe file. Make a right click and then select properties and then go to compatibility tab and then put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator. Then click on apply, click on OK and then make a double click over here and try launching the game from here. So make a double click over here. If that does not work, open Payday 3 folder, binaries folder, Win64 and then select this exe file. Make a right click, select properties and then this time also put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator. Then click on apply, click on OK. Still you are facing the problem. The next step is to make a right click on the game, select properties and this time put a check on the box which says run this program in compatibility mode for and then select Windows 8 and then click on apply, click on OK and then make a double click and try launching the game. You can do the same thing with this exe file. Make a right click, properties and then put a check over here, select Windows 8, click on apply, click on OK. Now go back, now make a double click and launch the game. Now still you are facing the problem. In that case you can try Windows 7 this time. So select Windows 7 and then click on apply, click on OK, make a double click and launch the game. If that does not work, do the same thing with this exe file. Make a right click and then select properties and then select Windows 7 and then click on apply, click on OK and then make a double click, launch the game. Now Epic Games Launcher user, do the same thing. Now for Xbox Game Pass user, let's check if we can do it or not. Go to manage, make a right click on the game and then go to manage and then go to files and then click on browse. It will take you to the game installation folder. Open Payday 3 folder, content folder. Now over here you can see game launch helper. So make a right click and then select properties and then put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator. Then click on apply, click on OK and then you can make a double click and try launching the game. If that does not work, again select properties and then select Windows 8, click on apply. If that does not work, you can try Windows 7 and then click on apply, click on OK and then make a double click and launch the game. Now if this does not work, you can uncheck all the boxes. If still you are facing the problem, then you can uncheck these boxes and then do the same thing for Epic Games Launcher or Steam users. Make a right click, select properties, uncheck both the boxes and do the same thing with the first exe file. Uncheck both the boxes. Now follow the next step. Now Game Pass user can create a shortcut. Make a right click on this Payday 3 over here and then select manage and then under the general tab click on create desktop shortcut and then go to desktop. Here you can see the game exe file. Make a right click and then click on run as administrator and then check. Now the next step is to verify the game files. Now to verify the game files, make a right click on the game, select properties, go to the install files and then click on verify integrity of game files. After the verification, launch the game. Epic Games Launcher user can go to library. I don't have the game on Epic Games Launcher, but if you have it, then you can just click on this 3 dot over here. I'm showing you with different game. This is just an example. You do it with Payday 3 game. Click on this 3 dot and then click on manage and then click on verify. After the verify, launch the game. And for Game Pass user, make a right click on the game and then select manage and then go to files and then click on verify and repair. Click on yes and it will take a couple of seconds or maybe a minute to verify. So just wait for some time. So once this is done, once you see the play option, you can try to launch the game. Now the next step is to allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. So if you have any third-party antivirus, make sure that you allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. So if you have antivirus like Avast, Norton, Bitdefender, McAfee, Trend Micro, Komodo, any antivirus program you have, make sure that you allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. Now if you're using Windows security, then open Windows settings and then go to update and security if you have Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, click on privacy and security. In Windows 11, on the left hand side, you will find an option privacy and security. Click on it. In Windows 10, click on update and security. Now click on Windows security. Now click on virus and threat protection. And this is applicable for all the platforms. So click on manage ransomware protection and then click on allow an app through control folder access. Click on yes to allow and then click on add an allowed app and then click on browse all apps. Now go to the game installation folder. If the game is installed in C drive, open C drive, program files x86, open the Steam folder, Steam apps folder, open the common folder. Epic Games Launcher user can go to Epic Games Launcher folder and then over here you will find the game file, game folder. In my case the game is in different drive. So open the Steam folder, Steam apps and then common. Okay, I have it in a different drive. So Steam apps common. So wherever the game is installed, open the game folder, select the game exe file, now click on open and then click on add an allowed app, now click on browse all apps, open this folder, binaries win64, select this exe file, now click on open. Once both exe files are added, now type in control panel. Now for Game Pass user also can click on browse all apps and then in my case it's in different drive, open Xbox games, Payday 3 content and then select this game launcher helper and then click on open. Once this is added over here, now type in control panel in Windows search box and then click on control panel and then go to system and security, Windows Defender firewall. Now click on allow an app or feature through Windows Defender firewall. Now click on change settings on the top. Now click on allow another app. Now click on browse and then go to the game installation folder once again wherever the game is installed. Epic Games Launcher can open their location and then open the game folder, select the game exe file, click on open, now click on add. In my case the game is already added. Again click on browse and then open this Payday 3 folder, binaries win64, select this exe file, now click on open, now click on add. Now once the game is added over here, for Game Pass user click on allow another app, then click on browse and then again open the game folder, select game launcher helper and then click on open, now click on add. Now once the games are added over here, now you can launch the game. So yeah, it has been added. Now click on OK and then launch the game. Now the next step is to do a clean installation of your graphics driver. So if you have NVIDIA card, go to NVIDIA website. If you have AMD card, go to AMD website. I'm showing for NVIDIA. So go to NVIDIA website, select your graphic card from the list, make sure that you select your graphic card over here and then select the right operating system. Now if you have Windows 10, select Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, select Windows 11 and then click on start search and then scroll down. The latest game ready driver right now is 537.34. so download this, so click on get download and then click on download now. Now once the download is complete, run this exe file. Now once you run this exe file, you will see the screen, click on agree and continue and then put a check on the box which says custom and then click on next and then put a check on the box which says perform a clean installation. Make sure that you put a check over here first, make sure that you put a check over here and then click on next and let the installation complete. After the installation, restart your computer and then launch the game. Now the next step is to run the game on dedicated graphic card. Now for this, type in graphics settings in Windows search box and then click on graphics settings. Now click on browse over here and again go to the game installation folder and then open the game folder. Select the game exe file, now click on add. Once the game is added, click on options, select high performance, now click on save. Again click on browse, open this folder, binaries, Win64, select this exe file, now click on add, click on options, select high performance, now click on save. Now again click on browse, and then for Game Pass user, open Xbox Game Pass, and then Payday 3, content, select this, and then click on add. Now click on options, select high performance, now click on save. Now for Game Pass user, you can click on this down arrow and select Microsoft Store app, and then click on select an app, and you will find Payday 3 in the list. Click on it, select it, then click on add. Now click on options, select high performance, now click on save. Now launch the game. Now the next step is to delete the save game files. Now before you delete the save game files, let me inform you that you will lose all the game progress. So you have to start everything from scratch. So you can go to File Explorer and then go to this PC, go to C drive, and then open open users folder. Now open your username folder. Now open app data. If you don't see app data, on the top click on view and then put a check on the box which says hidden items. You should be able to see app data folder. Open app data folder. In Windows 11, somewhere over here you will find the view option. Click on view and then select show, and then put a check on hidden items, and then open app data folder. Now open the local folder. Here you can see Payday 3 folder. Make a right click and then click on delete. Now once this is deleted, now launch the game. Next step is to install Visual C++ file. For this, copy this link. The link is provided in the video description. Open this link in a browser. It will take you to Microsoft website. Here you can see Microsoft Visual Studio 2015, 17, 19 and 22. Download x86 and then download x64. And then run both the exe file. So run both the file, x86 and x64. Now if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install. Click on yes to allow, and let the installation complete. Now run the second file as well. Now again, if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install. Click on yes to allow, and let the installation complete. Once both the installations are complete, now restart your computer. Restart is a must. Make sure that you restart your computer after this, and then launch the game. Now the next step is to, now if you are able to launch the game, then switch to window mode, and then enable or disable VSync and check which one is working fine for you, and then lower down graphics settings. So if you're not able to launch the game, you can skip this step. So only if you're able to launch the game first. Now once you launch the game, go to more, and then go to settings over here, and then go to video. Now if this is set to borderless, you can switch to window mode. Now you can set the FPS to 60, or maybe you can try 120 or maybe 60. So try to limit the frame rate. I'll set it to 60. Now if the VSync is off, you can turn it on and then check the performance. If that does not work, for many users enabling the VSync has worked, so you can try this. If that does not work, you can turn on the VSync. Now scroll down, turn off motion blur, turn off depth of field, now over here you can see the graphics quality. Now if everything is set to ultra, you can lower it down. So you can select high, you can even go for medium, or you can even go for low quality. So try to lower down graphics settings. So you can select high, medium or low. So I will select low for everything for now. Now apply the settings, and then check the performance. Now the next step is to disconnect additional controller connected to the computer. So if you have additional controller connected, disconnect it. Also if you have any external devices which you are not using, disconnect it. So disconnect all the external devices, all the USB adapter which you are not using. Also disable Steam overlay. Now for this, make a right click on the game, select properties, and then turn off this option which says enable the Steam overlay while in game, and then launch the game. Also close all the overlay applications. So if you have Discord, if you have overlay on in Discord, you can turn it off. If you have overlay on in GeForce Experience, turn it off. So close all the overlay application and then launch the game. And I've already told you to close all the overclocking application. Also, if you have these services and software running, make sure that you close these services and software. So make sure only the Steam and the game is running, or only the Epic Games Launcher and the game is running, or only the Xbox app and the game is running. Rest close everything, including all your browsers. Now, also if you have undervolted your computer, remove the undervolt and then launch the game. Also perform clean boot. Now for this, type in system configuration in Windows search box and then click on system configuration. Now go to the services tab and then put a check on the box which says hide all Microsoft services, and then click on disable all. In my case, this option is grayed out. I already did it. In your case, this would be highlighted. So make sure that you put a check on the box which says hide all Microsoft services, then click on disable all, then click on apply, click on OK. You will see a restart option, restart your computer and then launch the game. Next step is to increase the virtual memory.
So you can type in view advanced system settings in Windows search box and click on it, and then click on the first settings and then go to advanced tab and then click on change over here. Now select the drive where the game is installed. Uncheck the box which says automatically manage paging file for all the drives. So you have to uncheck this box and then select the drive where the game is installed, and then the initial size is 1.5 multiplied total RAM. So for example, this is just an example. So for example, if the RAM is 16 gigabyte, so if you have 16 gigabyte RAM, so first of all we have to convert this into megabytes. So multiplied 1024, so 16 GB in megabyte is 16,384. This is the total RAM. If you have 16 gigabyte, if you have 32, you can calculate accordingly. This is just an example. So 1.5 into total RAM. So that is, in calculator, 16 gigabyte is 16,384 megabyte into 1.5. So initial size 24576. The maximum size is 3 into total RAM. So total RAM is 16384 in megabyte multiplied 3, that is 49152, and then click on set and then click on OK and then click on OK, apply, OK, OK. Now after this, make sure that you restart your computer. Now after the system restart, try launching the game. Now still you are receiving the error message in that case.
Now the next step is to update the system BIOS. So go to your system manufacturer website. So if you have a Dell computer, go to Dell website. If you have a Lenovo computer, go to Lenovo website. If you have HP computer, go to HP website. So go to your system manufacturer website, select your model number, make sure that you select your computer, and then find the latest BIOS update available and then install this latest system BIOS. Now in case of laptop, if you have a laptop, make sure before you update the system BIOS, the battery on your computer is more than 10% and the AC adapter, the charger, is connected to the computer, then update the system BIOS. During the BIOS update, your system will restart. Do not unplug the power cable when it's updating the system BIOS. After the BIOS update, log into the computer and then launch the game. The last step is to uninstall and reinstall the game to different drives. So first of all, uninstall the game. And then after you uninstall the game, go to the game installation folder, delete the game folder, restart your computer and then reinstall the game to SSD. So if you have solid state drive, you can try to install the game to solid state drive. So if your C drive is a solid state drive, then try to install the game in C drive and then check. Now the rest of the steps are for Game Pass user. Now for this, make sure that you log in with same account in Xbox app and with same account on Microsoft Store. So open Xbox app and Microsoft Store. On Microsoft Store, on the top right here, you can see a profile icon. Click on it, then click on sign out. Now click on sign in. Select the right account which has the subscription, the Game Pass. You can click on continue now, and then enter your PIN or password over here. Once logged in, now open Xbox app. On the top left here you can see a profile icon, click on it, then click on sign out. Now click on sign in, and then again sign in. And over here you have to select the same account which you have selected in Microsoft Store. Now if the account is different, you can switch the account. So the account is different in my case, so click on switch account and then select the same account and then click on continue, and then you can click on let's play and then launch the game. Now also make sure date, time zone and region is correct on your computer. So on the bottom right over here you can see the date and time. Make a right click on date and time and then click on adjust date and time. Now over here make sure set time automatically and set time zone automatically, both are on. In my case this option is grayed out, there is some issue, ignore this. In your case this would be highlighted. So make sure set time automatically and set time zone automatically, both are on over here. And then make sure that you click on sync now. This is important. If you receive any kind of error, just click on sync now once again. Once you see the tick mark, now you can go to language and region and make sure right country is selected over here. Now the next step is to uninstall and reinstall gaming services. For this, copy the first command. The command is provided in the video description. Copy it. Now type in PowerShell in Windows search box and then make a right click on Windows PowerShell and then click on run as administrator. Make sure that you're opening PowerShell as an administrator. Click on yes to allow and then paste the command over here and then hit the enter key. This will uninstall gaming services from your computer. And now copy the second command and on the same window paste the second command, hit the enter key. This will open Microsoft Store on your computer and it will give you an option to install gaming services. Click on install and then click on yes to allow and let the download complete. Once gaming services is installed, now you can launch the game. Next step is to install Xbox Identity Provider. Now for this, copy this link. The link is provided in the video description. Open this link in a browser. It will take you to Microsoft website. Now over here you will see Xbox Identity Provider. Now you will see get in store app option over here. Click on it and it will prompt you to open Microsoft Store. So click on open Microsoft Store, and if Xbox Identity Provider is not installed, you will see install option or get option over here. In my case this is already installed, so there is no install button. If you don't see any button over here, that means it is already installed. You don't have to do anything. If you see install or get button, you can install it and then launch the game. Now the next step is to start all these services. So type in services in Windows search box and then click on services and then find IP helper in the list. Make a double click on IP helper, set it to automatic, click on apply and then click on start if highlighted, then click on OK. Now find Xbox services. At the end here you can see all the Xbox services. Make a double click and then set it to automatic, click on apply, click on start if highlighted, click on OK and then make a double click on second Xbox services, set it to automatic, click on apply, click on start if highlighted, then click on OK. Again make a double click, set it to automatic, apply, click on start if highlighted and then click on OK. Again make a double click, set it to automatic, apply, start and then click on OK. If Windows, now find Windows Update, make a double click on Windows Update, set it to automatic, click on apply, click on start if highlighted, then click on OK. Now find gaming services. Make sure gaming services are running. If not running, you can make a right click and then click on start or restart. In my case, it's already running. If it's already running, then you can stop it and then restart the service. And then now restart. Make a right click and then click on start. Again make a right click, then click on start. Now find Microsoft Store install service. Microsoft Store install service, make a double click, set it to automatic, click on apply, click on start if highlighted, then click on OK. Now launch the game. Next step is to repair or reset the game. So to repair or reset the game, you can write the name of the game over here, that is Payday 3, If you don't find the game in the list, you can go to settings and then go to apps. Now in Windows 10, go to apps and features, and then you will see the list of application over here. In Windows 11, once you go to apps, click on installed apps. Under installed apps, you can search the game, that is Payday 3. And then in Windows 10, click on it, and then you will see advanced option. In Windows 11, you will see 3 dots in front of it, and then click on the 3 dots and then click on advanced option. And now scroll down and then click on repair. Now after the repair, launch the game. If that does not work, click on reset. Now after the reset, once the reset is done, you can launch the game. Now once the reset is done, over here you might see the install option. So you don't have to reinstall the game. You have to close the Xbox app and then open Xbox app once again. Now once you reopen Xbox app, you will see play option, and now you can play the game. Now the next step is to delete Microsoft Store local cache file. Now for this, open File Explorer, go to this PC, open C drive, open users folder. Now open your username folder. Now open app data folder. Now open local folder. Now open packages folder, and then scroll down and find Windows Store, Microsoft Windows Store. So let me check. Microsoft Windows Store. It's very hard to find sometimes. Here you can see Microsoft Windows Store underscore some alphanumeric character. So open this folder, and then here you can see local cache folder, make a right click and then click on delete. Once this is deleted, now you can launch the game. Next step is to install all updates in Microsoft Store. So open Microsoft Store on your computer. On the bottom left here you can see library option, click on library and then click on get updates. Once all the updates are installed, now you can launch the game. Next step is to run ws reset command. So type in ws reset in Windows search box and then click on ws reset. And this will open black screen for a moment, and then it will open Microsoft Store. Now you can launch the game. Next step is to run this command. This command is provided in the video description. So copy this command, type in PowerShell in Windows search box, and then make a right click on Windows PowerShell and then click on run as administrator. Click on yes to allow, and then paste the command over here, hit the enter key. Now this process will take some time, and during this process you will see some errors in red color. So if you see any kind of error in red color, just ignore it and let the process complete. So this may take a couple of minutes, and as I told you, during this you will see some errors in red color. So if you see errors like this in red color, just ignore it, let the process complete. Once this is completely done, now restart your computer and then launch the game. Now if nothing works, you can uninstall and reinstall the game to solid state drive. So you can make a right click on the game and then click on uninstall game, restart your computer, then reinstall the game to different drive and then check. So one of the steps shown in this video should help you to get the game running on your Windows computer. So that'll be all. Thank you so much for your time, and please like this video and subscribe to my channel.